Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be using the Makeup by Mario Master palette, and I am super excited to use this palette in my video because it is such a great palette. And if you don't have it and you were hesitant on buying it, I really recommend you to go ahead and do so. The shades are very beautiful, and the pigmentation on the palette is amazing. It's literally like on 100, and the blendability of the palette is also on 100. I really love this palette so much, and I didn't even want to touch it just because of how beautiful it is. But yeah, I will be using that palette to create this burgundy look with nude lips. I haven't done a look like this in a long time on my channel that features nude lips, and I haven't done anything burgundy on my channel previously, so I thought this would be a great idea to use this palette and also bring this look to you guys. I really hope you do like the outcome of the look and that you do recreate this at home. Please don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. I am currently on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there if you want to continue to keep watching my videos. And I will see you on my next one. Bye. So we are going to start off by taking the shade Isabelle, and then we're going to go in with Violetta. Taking the first shade Isabelle in a Morphe M513 brush. And right off the bat, let me just tell you that these shadows are super pigmented, super blendable. I'm absolutely in love and impressed with this palette. So we're bringing that on the outer V and bringing it into our crease as well. Was the same in the next eye. I am obsessed with this palette already. Like, look at that. Just look at that. Just look at it. I love anything that has to do with orange on my eyes. It's actually a funny thing because I actually don't like the color orange like that. Like, I like it makeup wise and like, you know, like on the lips, on the lid, on the freaking crease, but for me to wear anything orange, I'll pass. It's just like not happening at all. Next, we're going to go in with the shade Violetta, and we are going to take a Morphe M514. This is my favorite brush. It is literally like so small. Like, it's very small and dense, and that's why I love this brush. And bring it down to the outer V of our eye. We're just deepening up that crease a little bit. We're dragging in that color into our crease, but just a little bit with whatever is left on the brush. Nothing too crazy. Really love this color. And it blends like a dream, and it's so soft. Then I'm taking a Sigma E40 brush and I'm just blending everything out. I don't want any harsh lines on my eyes. I just want everything to look very blended and like it melts in together. So I'm going in with Muse. Dabbing off the excess and then just packing that on. Wow. On my lid. I am freaking obsessed with this palette right now. Like, obsessed. Like, a whole nother definition of obsessed right now. Wow. This is like a first impressions as well because I haven't used this palette ever since I got it. This is the first time. This palette has a bit of a story too. So I originally ordered this palette the first time that it came out in the Anastasia website, and whatever, everything went well. They sent out the package and I was supposed to receive it on a Monday, and that's exactly when I supposedly got it. But when I came home, the palette was not here. So we checked our cameras outside and the palette was never delivered how FedEx said it was. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know I was really upset because of that. Because I posted it on Snapchat, also on Insta Snap, which is so weird. I never really use it, but yeah, so I was crying like a baby. And my boyfriend decided to call them up and be like, hey, so we never got the palette, like I have security footage outside and we never got it, like they never delivered it when they said they did. And they said, okay, so we always keep like backups in the side just in case things like this do happen. We will send you a confirmation email letting you know that we are sending you a new palette if we do have any in stock left, or we would just give you your money back. So at that point, I'm like, they probably have nothing in stock. This thing has been sold out. This thing sold out the first day and has been sold out for like 2 days later already. So me, like a crazy ass, I went to the Sephora website because my friend told me that they had it available there, and I freaking purchased it, sending him an email saying, hey, so we're actually going to send the palette because we have it available. We're going to take, once again, the Morphe M514, and we're just going to blend everything together. And I've already primed my face, and I've also moisturized under my eyes. It looks really crazy and dark right now because I have eye makeup that is very dark going on right now. But I am using the Porefessional by Benefit just to hide those pores, those unwanted pores that we tend to have. And if you don't have any, thank the Lord for not having any, because girl, shit gets serious. For foundation today, we're going to be using the Frankie Rose Matte Perfection foundation, and this is in the shade Olive. I'm just going to pump that right in the back of my hand to warm it up a little, and I'm taking a beauty blender to apply this foundation. We're taking the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and we are using the shade Macadamia and also the shade Custard. Macadamia is a new shade that just recently came out, and it's a little bit more darker and deeper than the shade Custard. So I was watching this video on how to conceal under eyes by this very talented artist here on YouTube, and he's also on Instagram. His name is Jordan. I will link his YouTube down below because I really do love him, and I feel like his videos really teach you something every time you're watching them. And he was saying how we are always told to highlight the under eyes and to cover the under eye we need to use a like 2 shades lighter in a concealer, and he was saying how that is wrong. And at first I was like, whoa, what are you saying? Like, that's what I've been told my whole life. And then he explained why he was saying it was wrong, and he actually did a demo on a model as well, and he showed how a concealer that is maybe one shade darker than the concealer that you usually use will actually hide the imperfections without you having to color correct with the orange concealer underneath and make them look brighter. And he tried it out on the model, and he tried it with a lighter concealer, and it looked actually very stark white down there. And then he tried it with a concealer that was a little bit darker, and it looked very lifted and very bright, and also you couldn't see any imperfection under the model's eyes. And then I tried it on myself and on my clients, and I absolutely love this technique, so thank you, Jordan. I am going to be using the shade Macadamia because it is a little bit darker than Custard. Custard is medium 1 and Macadamia is medium 1.5. And I really love this technique because it looks very natural under the eyes. It doesn't make you look like you just applied a pound of concealer to cover the under eye. It makes you look like you woke up like this. You know what I mean? because that really bright concealer can tend to give us like a very unnatural look under the eyes. Alright, so now we're going to be setting the face, and I am going to be using two MAC powders. I'm going to be using NC30 and also NC40. NC40 to set my face and NC30 to set my under eyes. It's very important to set your foundation just because this prevents your makeup from looking muddy. For example, like if you don't set your foundation and you go in with a bronzing powder or a contour powder, you see that some people tend to say, oh my god, it looks very muddy or it looks like really patchy. And that's the reason why. Because you're not setting your foundation. It's going on a wet surface. So imagine, it's literally like slipping and sliding everywhere. So it's very important to always set your face right before bronzing. But if you're doing like cream contour, which I haven't done in a super long time, but if you're doing like cream contour, then you should totally cream contour first and then go ahead and set everything else. Alright, so now that I've set my face, I'm going to go in with a bronzing powder. Alright, so we're taking the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation in the shade Caramel. I absolutely love this, and you guys know this. I've been using this for quite some time now. I put all my friends onto this. And it's basically a foundation, so it is, and I use it as a bronzer. The reason why I use it as a bronzer is because a foundation would blend out way easier and way nicer onto your skin than a bronzer would. So this can be used for two types of different things, as a bronzer and as a powder foundation. And I'm taking this on a Morphe M530 brush. I really love this brush for bronzing my face and also contouring. So like I said, we're just taking that on the top of our forehead, temples of our forehead. And we're just buffing that out. This is basically just to give us like that sun-kissed look. Next, we're taking Makeup Geek's Love Triangle, and we are going to be using that as our contour shade. I love this shade. This is my second one already, just because it is very ashy, and I love using ashy tones instead of like orange tones to contour, because if you think about it, you're supposed to be mimicking a shadow, not adding warmth to your face or anything like that unless you are bronzing. This one is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and we're placing that under our eyes because we're going to be going back into our eyes and working on our lower lash line. We're going to be putting that on our waterline. I haven't done black eyeliner in such a long time. I always like to use a brown eyeliner instead because I feel like it's less harsh and it looks more natural. Oh my god, things are about to get weird right now with my face. And I want this look to be very smoky. So we're taking the shade Isabel and we are just blending the black out from our lower lash line. So moving on to blush, I'm going to be using Cora de Rosa by Sigma. Alright, so next we're moving on to highlighter, and I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood highlighter on a Sigma Strobing fan brush in the number F42. to your face. Now I'm going to actually set my face with the Slay All Day by Gerard Cosmetics, and this is in the scent Peach, and I absolutely love this one. You guys know that already. And I do have a coupon code that is SHARMKUP. You can use that at checkout and you can get anything on the site for 30% off. Que me canse que tus amigos que se queden contigo. Dile a esas mujeres que te cuiden la casa. Mejor me quedo sola que mal acompañada. Voy a vivir mi vida loca sin nadie que me